Hello students, today our topic is tenses. The knowledge of tense is necessary to write correct English. The word tense is a term of English grammar and refers to a form of the verb that indicates time. Tenses mean different forms of a verb showing different times and aspects. Thus, a tense indicates the time of an action and the degree of its completion. In non-action verbs, it suggests only time. For example, he is a doctor, they are students. The time indicated by a verb form may be present, past, and future, and the aspect simple, continuous, and perfect. However, tense and time are two separate things in English. For instance, a verb in the present tense may indicate future time. For example, he is going to Jaipur tomorrow. Present continuous tense is there in the sentence, but it is indicating future time. Another example, the train leaves at 6:30. Present simple tense, but indicating future time. Scientifically speaking, English verbs have only two tenses, past and present. And what is traditionally called future tense is expressed with shall or will, and the root means the first form of the verb. For example, he will go, I shall attend the meeting, you will meet him tomorrow. The term aspect stands for, means indicates, the relationship between an activity and the passage of time. This relationship may be either of completion or of continuation. For example, I have done my work, I had read the book, present aspect. I am doing my work, I was reading the book, continuous aspect. In continuous aspect, we use be type helping verb, is, am, are, was, were, and we use first form of the verb with ing. For example, I am reading a book. In perfect aspect, we use have type helping verb, have, has, had, and third form of the main verb is used. For example, I have done my work. He had finished his work. Now we take present indefinite tense, present indefinite, present simple present tense we can also say. So far as simple present tense is concerned, auxiliary verb is not used in affirmative sentences. Main verb, first form of the verb is used. We add s or es to the first form. I play, but he plays. I write, but Rita writes. In simple present form of the verb, we can say I am a lecturer, Raju is an officer, they are students. Actions that are repetitive in nature for any reason, such as habit, universal action, profession, etc., are expressed in this tense. The time content is general present. We use this tense in the following situations. For universal truth, if something that is remain the same, universal truth, we use this tense. General truths, scientific facts, habitual actions, and permanent states. For example, the sun rises in the east, universal truth. 2 and 2 make 4, general truth. Water freezes at 0 degree centigrade, scientific fact. He smokes daily, habitual fact. My house faces east, permanent state. For repeated activities with time, adverbials like always, generally, often, usually, never, sometimes, daily, every day, once a week. We use this tense. For example, he is always late. He goes to cinema once a week. He never drinks. Do you often go for a walk? So in these situations, with these adverbials of time, we use simple present tense, we use present indefinite tense. We also use this tense for the fixed programs, schedules, and regular activities. For example, our office functions from 10 to 5 p.m. The first train for Jaipur leaves at 3 a.m. He goes to school daily. A planned future event expected to take place according to a fixed official timetable. We use this tense. For example, the Prime Minister arrives in Jaipur tomorrow. It is fixed time. For the newspaper headlines, we also use this tense. For example, the education minister resigns. Extremists strike again in Punjab. For running commentaries on matches, public functions, etc., we use this tense. Gavaskar hits the ball over the fence. In conditional sentences and temporal clauses, we also use simple present tense. For example, I shall bring you a pen if you go to Jaipur. Wait till I am ready. I will stay here until he comes back. For proverbial sayings and quotations, we use this tense. Man is mortal. The Gita says that soul is immortal. Time and tide wait for none. So in this way, there are certain adverbials which take present simple tense. Present continuous. The verb form of present continuous are is, am, are. Main verb, we use first form of the verb with ing. For example, he is reading a book. I am writing a book. We use this tense to express an action going on or continuing at the time of speaking. For example, the children are playing now. We are learning English now. It is also used to express an action continuing intermediate but not necessarily at the time of speaking. She is knitting a sweater for her brother. I am writing a book on Shakespeare. It means the action is continue, but it is not necessary that at the time someone is doing that action. This tense is also used to express near future programs, especially with verbs denoting movement. We are going to Bombay tomorrow. What are you doing tonight? This tense is also used to express developments and changes. For example, he is putting on weight these days. House prices are going up again. The verbs which take this tense are now. If there is now as an adverb, we use this tense. If there is at this moment, at present, still, these are the adverbials in a sentence, we use this tense. The present continuous tense is used with always for unpleasant activities. Always is used for the unpleasant activities. For example, he is always teasing me. Now we discuss the verbs not used in the progressive tenses. In the continuous tenses, there are some verbs which cannot be used with the progressive tenses at all, because the notion of something in progress cannot be applied to them. These verbs are of three kinds: verbs of perceiving, such as feel, hear, see, smell, taste; verbs referring to a state of mind or feeling, such as believe, desire, dislike, doubt, forget, hate, hope, imagine, know, like, love, mean, prefer, remember, suppose, understand, want, wish. All these are. These verbs we never use in continuous tense, in progressive tense. Verbs referring to a relationship or a state of being. For example, be, belong, to, concern, consist of, contain, cost, depend on, deserve, fit, have, matter, on, possess, remain, require, resemble, etc. So while we use progressive or continuous tense, we put in our mind all these verbs that are not to be used in continuous tense. In the next lecture, we discuss about present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. Thank you.